Okay, let's get into this. Welcome to this deep dive.
Here.
Today, we're digging into something pretty specific actually. It's a transcript from way back, an old 3D Game Man YouTube video. Remember Rodney Reynolds?
Oh, absolutely. 3D Game Man, yeah. This one's a Q&A segment, looks like.
That's right. And it covers, well, two main things people were asking about back then: TV tuner software and media players.
Right, so the plan is to pull out what he recommended back then.
Yeah, exactly. See what the hot software was and kind of look at it through that then and now lens.
Yeah.
You know, what was the big deal when putting TV on your PC meant like actual hardware?
The physical card, yeah. And how different is that whole scene compared to, well, today?
It really sets the stage, doesn't it? I mean, installing a dedicated card just to watch TV on your computer.
Feels almost ancient history now.
The listener in the source even mentions a specific card, a K-World something. Rodney didn't know that one specifically.
But he knew the type, yeah. Said he'd reviewed loads of them, ATI especially. That was a common PC upgrade back then.
And making those cards work, that was all about the software. And his main pick for TV tuner software was interesting. Sage TV.
Sage TV, right. He really seemed to like that one.
Yeah, it points out it wasn't free, but, quote, really, really good.
Yeah, he paid for quality, I guess. But he also mentioned others, didn't he? The free ones or other popular options.
Oh, yeah, a whole list. Chris TV, Beyond TV, Got TV, WinDVR, Power Cinema. It was like this whole ecosystem built around that specific hardware need.
A whole bunch of software that's trying to make these tuner cards usable.
And his advice was basically, just Google TV tuner software and find one that works with your card model.
Which kind of highlights the big shift, doesn't it?
Totally. Getting live TV now is, well, it's mostly app services.
Okay.
It's not really tied to a specific bit of silicon you jammed into your motherboard.
Exactly. That whole problem space, making a specific tuner card actually display video, it's just kind of gone for most users. Shows how fast things change.
Yeah, the fundamental challenge is just different.
But he didn't just talk tuners. He pivoted to another big headache from that time.
Ah, yes. Playing media files, videos, audio.
And he had a very, very strong recommendation there.
KM player.
That's the one. He says, and I quote, "If you're looking for a fantastic media player that will play anything audio or video, go with KM player." Pretty emphatic.
Said it simply rocks. So what was the magic? Why KM player specifically?
The big thing, and this was revolutionary then, was you don't need all kinds of codes installed on your computer system.
Oh, right. Codec hell.
Exactly. You just downloaded KM Player, installed it, and it just worked. Low res, high res, audio, video, whatever.
Yeah, trying to play some random AVI file back then could be a nightmare. Downloading codec pack after codec pack, hoping one would work.
And KM Player basically bundled everything you were likely to need. He even mentions using it on his HTPC, his home theater PC.
So a computer hooked up to the TV, essentially. Makes sense.
So if Sage TV and those others are the bendo, then forgetting hardware TV tuners working.
Then, KM Player is the then for just playing your darn files without tearing your hair out over codecs.
Precisely. And, KM Player is still around, but things have definitely changed.
Oh, yeah. Windows Media Player got better, Mac has QuickTime, or now just TV app, and VLC became like the free go-to for playing absolutely anything locally.
Plus, streaming services handle all their own playback now, right? It's built into the app of the browser.
So looking back at this source, thinking then versus now, the real takeaway is how the user's main problems have shifted.
Absolutely. Back then, it was fundamental technical hurdles. Getting the hardware recognized, finding software that could decode the file format.
Stuff that mostly we just don't even think about today. Technology's kind of made those problems invisible for the average person.
Whereas the headaches now are different. Managing subscriptions, finding where that one show is streaming.
Platform exclusives, yeah. Navigating the streaming maze. It's less about can I play this and more about where and how do I access it legally and conveniently.
It really shows how tech evolves, doesn't it? It doesn't just get faster. It changes the very nature of the problems we face.
Okay, let's wrap this up then. So we've looked back at this old Q&A transcript, pulled out those key recommendations.
Sage TV for the tuner cards, and that really strong endorsement for KM Player as the sort of universal media player of its time.
And we've seen how they were solving very specific, very technical problems of that era.
Problems largely solved or sidestepped by technology now.
So let's turn it over to you listening. Think about your setup today. How do you watch stuff? How do you manage your media? Is it dedicated software, streaming apps, something else entirely?
Yeah, are you still wrestling with specific tools like this, or has it all become much more integrated for you?
And considering how essential things like Sage TV or KM Player felt back then, what does that gap between then and now really tell us about, the speed of change and how our actual habits around media have shifted?
What's the KM Player or the Sage TV equivalent for your media world today? What's that indispensable tool or service? Or maybe what's the biggest frustration you face now?
Something to chew on. Until the next deep dive.